Hey guys, welcome back to another build video. This build today is an apartment build. It's a boho theme. I'm really excited to show it to you guys. So I start off kind of doing the general layout of how I want to set the apartment out, and I'm kind of just flinging some items down. It's not the final look, just to have an idea of where I want things to go, how I want the apartment to be laid out essentially. So here I've made like a little bar area. I do change the color and tones. I just wanted to get the basic layout sorted. So here I'm adding the floorboard and some tile for the kitchen area. And then I'm cleaning it up a little bit so that it looks a bit nicer. And here I'm kind of deciding upon the kind of color scheme I want to go for. I really wanted to do a boho theme mainly because we got some really cool new items with the high school years pack that just really work for that kind of style. So I'm adding in another chair, adding in the bar stools to try and match it up. Added in a little rug, and then I think I add in another. Eventually I just don't like that one as much, I think, so I swap it out. For the one that comes with the nifty knitting pack that you can get with the BB show all objects. I use a lot of hanging plants from the nifty knitting pack here because I just love how versatile they are, especially with the boho kind of theme. I myself am a fan of hanging plants, so they just got to be in there, you know? I add in a little console table from the tiny living pack, I believe, and I add some accessories in. Some gardening gloves for the gardening sort of section in the windows. I decided to add more hanging plants because why not? Then I realized I hadn't put any curtains on the windows, so I went back and did that, and then had to move a couple of the plants around just to fit it all in. I am honestly just enthralled by the items from the new high school years pack. It's why I started, I guess, creating videos again in the first place, because it just really inspired me and I had a lot of ideas of things that I wanted to build, and that hasn't happened in quite some time. I really do love all of the items, the build and buy things that we got in this pack. So I'm looking forward to doing more builds and more designs in future. I also really love that wallpaper, the kind of brick wall that came with the new pack. I've used it multiple times, I feel like now. Here I'm just messing around with the like the cabinets and stuff, mainly because obviously with the apartments you can't really move the windows unless you decide, I think it's unless you use cheats. So I never really mess with that. Mainly because it's a bit of a hassle, but it also just means that when I'm trying to design around the windows, it ends up being a little bit stressful. Because I wanted to add more cabinets and it just didn't really quite work, so I kind of jigged it around so that it didn't look too bad. Just adding some accessories in to the bathroom, the kitchen area. And here I'm struggling to find a set of jars that I really wanted to use. I have used it a lot myself, but the one time I really wanted to find them, I could not find them. It took me quite some time to go back and forth to add them. Also added more gardening clutter to the plant area. So here I am 100% trying to, there we go, I found it finally. It just took me a little while to get there. So here I'm adding some jars, I believe from Dine Out. I did make them smaller because I feel like they're way too big for the space. I've added some boba teas. Added in a little wicker bin from the new pack again. Now the bathroom I don't believe is too boho themed. I kind of just went with what my gut was telling me looked okay. So I do put in originally that bath, but I think I might change the color of it. If not entirely swap it out. I did a lot more clutter as well to the bathroom, added some towels, downsized and added a small washing basket. My favorite room I think is the bedroom. I did change the colors of the bedding and some of the other accessories because I just wasn't sure which I preferred, so I went back and forth a few times. Also a huge fan of the mismatched kind of chest of drawers on each side. I know this is a little bit more art deco, but I just really love that desk. So I just decided I was gonna add it. Again, my biggest pet peeve when the rugs are super small and you upsize them by one and then they're ginormous. But I really like that rug, so I've used it multiple times in the last, I guess, few days since the pack has released. I do add in more potted plants again and a lot more hanging plants. Downsize the divider and I did that in. Added postcards to the poster board just because I really think that it looks kind of plain without anything on it. So I added a couple of postcards to that. And then I swapped the side that it's on and I add some fairy lights to the walls. There we go. There are the more hanging plants because they just look so adorable. I really want like some brightly colored ones in myself. I was thinking about using the new mirror from the Werewolves pack, but I didn't think it really quite fit with the theme that I was going for, the kind of like softer pink vibes. But I will use them at some point in a build because I really love that mirror. It's so nice, absolutely gorgeous. I did another boba tea because life ain't worth living without boba tea. So I've switched the side of where the poster board was, and now I'm kind of just adding a lot more clutter, general things that I think fit the room. Adding in some clothes rack, and a little bit more mess on the floor. Clutter. More wall decor simply because I felt like there was not enough in that space. The apartments tend to have quite high walls, so I felt like there needed to be something over there, otherwise it's just too much empty space. Here I'm kind of just meddling with the colors and tones because I just wasn't sure. Eventually I think I settled on that. Adding in more plants, like little planters and some other little bits, and I think that is pretty much it. Other than a few more plants, I think, here. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see some more. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. So I'll speak to you guys later.